Please welcome to the blue corner, Bruce Whitehead.
Bruce Whitehead, 1-0 record, second time inside the Fury cage as a pro, coming off that win over Trayvon Coker at Challenger Series 2 via unanimous decision in January. And that's where I was like, whoa, because it was all about, it was all about Coker going into that fight.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh man, it was like Trayvon Coker, everyone's talking about it, and Bruce Whitehead came in and just implemented a perfect game plan.
Yeah, that's all we kept hearing is what a prospect Coker was, and you know how excited they were about that fight, and you know basically already had it in the win column before they met Bruce Whitehead. Bruce Whitehead had other plans, so you know, and not only that, in your pro debut, going the distance, that's really, really good experience against a very, very tough opponent, and to get that win, I mean, it's a, you know, it's a big deal. And so, and now, you know, here we are, the first pro fight on this card that, you know, we're looking forward to seeing Bruce Whitehead again and again. And so, you know, you're right, Raheel. He's one of those guys you're like, all right, let's put him on the list. And he raises an eyebrow because of what he did in that fight.
And just to show you how impressive of a win that was, Coker, last time out, got a huge win, got a big finish, had a little dance inside the cage as well.
Yeah.
And it just shows you, like, he did a good job of negating all of that power. So, yeah, we're pumped to watch Bruce Whitehead. Bruce Whitehead is inside the cage. The Goose has that goose mustache. I like it. Let's meet his opponent.
Please welcome to the red corner, Tater McSpadden.
All right, Tater McSpadden.
Yeah, Tater McSpadden, you know, this guy is 1-0, fighting out of Trinity Martial Arts right here in Oklahoma. You see the crowd, you hear the crowd a little bit pumped up for this kid. He, a local guy here, has kickboxing experience, and you know, as a Muay Thai style fighter, has a few kickboxing matches, was 2-2 as an amateur, and you know, has won his debut by knockout, and then he has a in round 2 against Chris Vaughn. And so, you know, guy has some good hands, and you know, like he looked exactly like you would think he would look too. If you just said his name, like, all right, draw Tater McSpadden. The mullet, you know, the tattoos, it's awesome. He's got a tattoo on his stomach that I'm really interested in. It's something holding the head of someone else. So, the severed head of someone else. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I want to get a close-up look at it, but it's pretty awesome.
That is pretty cool. I see a sword there, so.
Yeah. And of course, he's got a mom tattoo. You can't go wrong with that.
I mean, that's a pretty cool tattoo, but still hasn't beat our man Angel Cortez's "Hug Your Homies."
Yes.
That's still #1. That's I think that is the Fury Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
"Hug Your Homies" tattoo. All right, our tail of the tape brought to you by OnlyFans. Make sure you subscribe to the Fury FC OnlyFans page right now. You see the height advantage for Bruce Whitehead as well as that reach. Came in a little heavy there for Bruce Whitehead, but fight as a go. Let's get our official instructions.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest brought to you by OnlyFans is scheduled for 3 rounds in the Fury FC lightweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. This mixed martial artist stands 6 feet tall, and he weighed in officially at 157.4 pounds. Fighting out of Conroe, Texas, he holds a professional record of 1 win, no losses. This is Bruce the Goose Whitehead. And introducing his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. This freestyle fighter stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, and he weighed in at 154.2 pounds. Fighting out of Vetcham, Oklahoma, he too holds a professional record of 1 win, no losses. This is Tater McSpadden. Your referee in charge, Kevin Nix.
Man, Tater McSpadden brought the fans out. Every single person cheering for Tater McSpadden. Chance to show out for the home crowd.
And right off the bat, Raheel, I noticed, win or lose, Tater McSpadden needs to go down in weight. He is significantly smaller than Bruce Whitehead. You know, even though Whitehead missed weight by a couple pounds, but still are 1.5 pounds because they have a 1 pound weight allowance. But man, you can see there's just a huge size difference here.
I didn't get to see if Tater, his amateur record, I'll pull it up here in a second hopefully, but
yeah, Tater was 2-2 as an amateur.
But I didn't see if he fought at featherweight before, or was he fighting at lightweight?
Yeah, that part I didn't check, but you can see a definite difference. And you know, Bruce Whitehead, he's a decent sized lightweight, but not among the biggest we have on our roster. Doing a good job here of staying heavy on top of Tater McSpadden.
Hey, he fought at he's fought for lightweight championships as an amateur and other promotions, so might be the natural weight that he wants to be at. But you're right, could go a little bit lighter here.
Yeah, it looks like he came in a little underweight, and so I mean, to make 145 looks like it'd be pretty easy for him. Yeah, his height and all that. I mean, but let's see. Let's see if he has his way here with Bruce Whitehead, who's on top right now.
His last fight as a professional was featherweight. His first fight as an amateur was featherweight as well. So maybe just wanting to take a fight more than anything in front of the hometown crowd. Again, Fury doesn't come to Tulsa. It's our first time here. Might as well.
Cowboy strength dog. Yeah.
These guys are talking to each other here inside the cage, it looks like.
Who was talking that?
That was the fighters. That was them.
Yeah, but was it Tater or both?
It was Tater. I think Bruce said something to him, and Tater was just responding to him and kind of laughing at his joke.
I just heard something about cowboys ain't talking.
Yeah.
And good crowd here. Love to see Fury back here later in the year.
Yeah, beautiful venue here at UMAC here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And, you know, they told us they thought our attendance might be light, but, you know, for early prelims, this is pretty good.
So the UMAC is actually a high school facility, and they've got a huge weight room, as you would expect for wrestling, football. But they also have what looks to be about 2 football sizes worth of just wrestling mats.
Yes. And they have this beautiful auditorium that probably seats a couple thousand people at capacity, so very nice.
Tater getting out of some trouble here, but back into some trouble here. Official capacity of the UMAC, 5,600.
All right. See, I was only off by a couple thousand. Here we go, Tater McSpadden back up to his feet. Does a good job of wrestling up here.
Good elbow there from Tater.
Yeah, and you see the strength and size of Whitehead. It's just significantly bigger than Tater McSpadden. And, you know, as a pros, these are 5-minute rounds. Tater in and out, maybe, you know, with the being the quicker of the 2 fighters, being the smaller guy. Tater showing some good skill here. But it's slowed down significantly there, Raheel.
Yeah. This is definitely where Tater wants that fight to be, on the feet, using that speed. I mean, we've seen Bruce Whitehead pretty much control the fight from beginning to end against a really heavy Coker. So this will be a task here up against the cage.
And so far, you know, Tater McSpadden's done a good job of kind of deflecting much damage at all. He's been on the bottom, but, you know, we're looking at his face, and his face is still clean, and, you know, his cardio looks like it's still good. So, you know, not taking much damage, but, you know, if nothing else happens, this will lose you the round. I mean, being on the bottom and being controlled by the other guy is one of the determining factors. It's a little further down the list, you know, than damage or submission attempts or any of that. But, you know, control is definitely on the list and one of the factors that affects scoring. Round 1 of the books for Hill. This is basically, you can watch these first few seconds of highlights, and that basically tells the story of the first round. Bruce Whitehead getting a couple of takedowns, coming in here, you know, mostly from half guard, doing a little bit of damage, but, you know, nothing spectacular. Tater McSpadden was able to get up, and then you see here just a big high crotch takedown here from Bruce Whitehead, and Tater McSpadden trying to go for that guillotine and trying to get that wrapped up, but just Bruce Whitehead, you know, being the bigger, stronger guy, it's gonna be very, very difficult to kind of muscle him into anything. But entertaining first round so far. Both fighters looking no worse for the wear.
Most important question out of round 1, Michael, better mustache, Tater McSpadden or Bruce Whitehead?
Well, more filled out, it's definitely Bruce Whitehead, but better, I mean, that's for you to decide.
Start from Bruce Whitehead.
Yeah, Bruce Whitehead and Tater McSpadden deciding to go in there and just, you know, foot in the tire and start exchanging punches. Can't imagine that's a great strategy for Tater McSpadden, but he hasn't been able to stop the takedowns and then the topside control of Bruce Whitehead so far. So it might be, you know, that he thinks maybe that is his best way, his best opportunity to win. And you can see Bruce trying to control the pace, trying to control the body position, but he's not really trying to advance. You know, he's throwing some light punches to try to make sure they don't get stood up, but you can see that, you know, he's not doing a ton of damage. But like I said, Real, if nothing else happens, this will win you around. But, you know, something else, a submission attempt, you know, a few very significant, that was a good hard elbow. Thought somebody threw a pecan against the side of the building.
Body shot there from the right side from Bruce Whitehead.
Yeah, I just feel like he's got to posture up a little bit and try to throw the punches from a little higher, get his hips forward, get into a good ground and pound position. You know, guys like Tito Ortiz, that's what made them so good. They were so good at ground and pound because of their hip position. You know, it had really nothing to do with the way their strikes landed, other than their hip position. Tito would get his hips in really, really close. He would be postured up so that he could see, so that he could pick the spot.
Good elbows.
Good elbows are glancing just a little bit, maybe a little high. You want them on the point of the elbow. Because really, you're trying to create blood with those kind of elbows. Yeah, I think the art of ground and pound has been lost a little bit. And you still have some guys that can do it, some guys that, you know, that like it, but I mean, it's typically one or the other. They're a ground guy and they're submitting or controlling with wrestling, or they're a striker.
More talking between the fighters.
Yeah, Tater McSpadden just letting Bruce Whitehead know that you're not affecting me at all.
Kevin Nix giving the warning. You need to improve your position.
Oh, yeah, very effective elbows from the bottom here from Tater McSpadden. He's making that space, pushing up on the face, and throwing that elbow in between his body and the head of Bruce Whitehead as it slingshots back down. Which again, another reason why you want to stay postured up and from that ground and pound position if you can, especially from the guard.
There it is.
It's an art for sure, but yeah, here we go.
Just not much being done by Bruce Whitehead. Kevin Nix had seen enough, and we'll see if he can get some good stand-up here. That kickboxing background of Tater McSpadden being shown.
And Bruce Whitehead just looks spent.
Oh, that right leg is working.
Looks like he may be running out of gas here, and this may be the key to victory for Tater McSpadden here.
Oh, big punches. Oh, man, these guys are trading. Oh, man.
Yeah, beautiful spot there for Tater McSpadden to be able to land some elbows. He had a perfect setup. It looked like he was going for a leg-in triangle, but he just used that position. It was perfect position to throw those elbows. Surprised there's no blood coming out of the face of either one of these guys. Both guys landed hard in that exchange.
Man, my head is ringing from that elbow.
Ooh.
That was brutal. Under 1 minute left now in round 2.
You want to keep this position, you got to improve the work.
I like Kevin Nix.
Yeah.
He's giving that warning to him. I don't know if you could hear it on our mics, but he said you got to improve your position or work.
Yeah, and not long into them being down on the ground. So a no-nonsense attitude here from referee Kevin Nix.
Kevin Nix about that action, boy.
That's right. These fans came to see some fighting.
Also, you should sue him. Improve your position.
Yes, that's right.
That's yours.
Be careful. You say hashtag improve your position when you say that.
Make sure you follow Mike on Instagram, Black Belt Mike 99.
Yeah, make sure you follow Raheel. His social media is good.
I was gonna say you don't want to follow his.
That Raheel doing things.
It's just like pictures of me. All right, let's look at round 2 highlights.
Yeah, big exchanges there right from the start. Both guys landing pretty well. And, you know, I mean, damage-wise, I think Tater McSpadden may have won that second round. He was in the bottom side in control, but, I mean, he was doing damage from the bottom. And on the feet, I think if they would have stayed there, and, you know, Bruce Whitehead, of course, he knew that. If they stayed there, those legs were going to get beat up, and he was eventually going to go down to the mat. So wanted to salvage his ability. Here you see that big setup. Nice elbows there from the bottom. Yeah, Tater McSpadden doing some damage to the bigger opponent here in Bruce Whitehead, but doing some damage from the bottom.
If you were a judge and you were judging this fight and they stood Bruce Whitehead back up, how do you score that, like, internally? Because for me, yeah, like I would say, like, that's a knock.
Yeah, I would say that if you take them down, but the referee has to stand you back up, you lose that credit for that takedown.
Right.
That would be my opinion. That would be how I would score it. Like, all right, if you got him down, but you were so boring and you didn't do anything with it from then, oh, wow.
Oh, wow, good counter from Bruce Whitehead.
And both these guys having a blast in there. Every time they have an exchange, both guys start laughing and talking.
A lot of mutual respect, too, hugging to start round 3. Love to see that.
Yeah, when you saw these guys standing next to each other at weigh-ins for the pictures, and you saw, like, wow, it looked like Bruce Whitehead was a foot taller than Tater McSpadden, and Tater McSpadden he's showing why now he picked 155. Doesn't have to cut a lot of weight, and he can hang with these guys.
I mean, he's fought at 155 as an amateur, so he knows how to deal with the size, and of course the size discrepancy varies, so you do have that, but it is a weight class he is comfortable in.
Topside half guard position here for Bruce Whitehead, but again, it's kind of the same formula. You know, Kevin Nix is going to let this go for just a couple of minutes or, you know, a few seconds, and then he's going to, if there's no action, we've seen it twice now, he will stand them up. Just got the arm trapped of Tater McSpadden here. He'll land a few punches to the face.
Those elbows again from the bottom.
Yeah, Tater doing a good job of finding places to land from the bottom here. You know, this is not the place where you want to land. This is not the position you want to be in, but he's making the best of it. You know, he could probably just lay there for 10 seconds and just hold the posture down, and Kevin Nix would probably stand him back up. Because right now, I mean, it's been 20 seconds, 25 seconds since Bruce Whitehead's thrown a punch from this position. So, kind of holding him down. I'm sure Kevin Nix has got a countdown in his head, and he'll let it go for so long, and there you go.
Yep, there it is.
It's seen enough. Ready to get up. Undoubtedly, Tater McSpadden's going to go to those leg kicks right away. You see it there. About 2.5 minutes.
Ooh. Man, good exchange. Now Bruce Whitehead opening up that stand-up a little bit.
Yeah, Bruce Whitehead landing kind of at will here, but he's taking a couple of punches too and then closing the distance. I mean, man, I really feel like he should just let go and you know, exchange. I feel like the takedowns are working against him because he's not really doing anything whenever he gets him down.
I would say unofficially Bruce Whitehead round 1. Round 2, I think Tater gets it if they are weighing damage right now more than control. And right now, round 3.
It's an even split.
Yeah.
Very, very close, but you know, Whitehead has gotten a takedown, but you know, also was stood up for a lack of action. And so, and you never know. There's not really an official rule for how they rule it as far as control goes and action. And you know, each judge has a little bit of discretion about how they can, you know, translate what those things mean, what control means, what damage means. You know, all those things. They have a little bit of discretion to decide that on their own. But Kevin Nix has it in his mind that he does not want to see a boring fight. And so Kevin Nix needs to referee every single MMA match.
I love it. Oh, that was, hold on.
Oh, that looked like to the body. That was to the chest. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Kevin Nix said, Bruce Whitehead told him no, it was to the body. So he said, okay, here we go, fight. That's the way it should be reffed.
Yeah, it didn't take too much time to stop and talk. It was ready to go. Let's get back in. Almost like call your own fouls inside the cage.
Yeah. Yeah, a little one-on-one, 3-on-3 basketball here.
Let's pick up basketball rules. Yeah, we've seen some funny stuff already. We're only 3 fights in.
Yeah.
It's gonna be that
nice
kind of
elbows
night.
there.
Nice elbow.
And Bruce Whitehead said, I've had enough, but you know, 28 seconds left. There's not really time here to get stood back up. So Tater McSpadden's gonna let it all hang out here. He's gonna go for broke, even from the bottom. He's gonna try to get some blood out of Bruce Whitehead. That may be what it takes to win the round. Got to get some damage inflicted here.
All right, let's go to the scorecards, and we get another look at how the judges are scoring tonight, what they're valuing. And this is going to be a really good example of what is important here in Tulsa, because a lot of control time there from Bruce Whitehead, good flurries from Tater.
Yeah, and the exchanges were just about even, but if you had to say, all right, well, who did the most damage whenever they were on the ground, it would have to be Tater McSpadden. He did the most damage. He landed as many strikes as Whitehead did when they were standing. And so, I mean, it's, and, you know, and he was aggressive, and he, you know, he was fighting from the bottom. So there's that kick, and we saw it landed just, you know, high on the chest, missed the head, though. It happened very, very fast, though. And then this is kind of how the fight ended, with Whitehead up on top, doing no damage again. He kind of threw his arms around to get some, you know, to get some vanity points there, but nothing really happening. You can see, I think Tater McSpadden could go 2 more rounds.
All right, judges are calculating right now. 2 more fights left. Braken and Freeman taking on Eduardo Tejada coming up next. We still have Christy Taquingo taking on Kara Greenwell. You see Wayne has the results in his hand. He's probably just excited to say Tater.
Yeah.
I know I was.
Yeah, you can see it all over his face. That's his favorite announcement today.
All right, let's see how the judges scored this. Here's Wayne.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for the decision, brought to you by OnlyFans. Judge David Sutherland scores the fight 30-27, Whitehead. Judge Liz Carrero scores the fight 29-28, McSpadden. And Judge Xavier McNack scores the fight 30-27, declaring a winner by split decision, Bruce the Goose Whitehead.
All right, good win for Bruce Whitehead. Gets his 2nd professional win, and an awesome showcasing from Tater McSpadden as well.
And we see 2 judges, you know, they value control more, and 1 judge values damage more. So that's kind of what we're seeing here.